back for another Gimme 10. This is 1976, so starting to get closer to the end of the decade. I'm getting there. I hope everyone's doing well. Let's just get into it. First up here, Dollar Brand, The Children of Africa. This is a trio record with Cecil McBee and Roy Brooks. Really awesome. As you can't tell from the players. Yeah, some great playing on here. Mostly Dollar Brand is on piano on this. He does play soprano sax on one track and actually sings on that track as well, which is interesting. But other than that, mostly just piano. Really great stuff though. Kind of a nice, I'll describe this, post-bop, but also a world influence, definitely some South African influences on here. The Cape Jazz, I believe, is style of music is called. I don't know who coined that term, if he did, but really great stuff. This is on the Enya label, but I definitely recommend checking that out. At least give it a listen. Next up here, one of my favorites, Tarika Blue, The Blue Path. This is from obviously 1976, but on the label, which I can't pronounce, Chiaroscuro, but some killer jazz funk, really funky stuff. Definitely check this one out if you haven't heard it. Really cool. Nice little touch on here. This was actually signed by, where is it? It was signed by the piano player Phil Clendenin. I always have a problem saying his name, Phil Clendenin. So really cool, but music is fantastic. Like I said, definitely recommend checking this one out if you haven't heard it. Tarika Blue, The Blue Path. I'm still on the lookout for their self-titled album, which coincidentally has the same cover of a comp they put out, which make it even more confusing. But anyway, moving on. Don't want to take too much time, so I know I've got to talk before a lot in this series, but Tangerine Dream, Stratosphere. This is my edition of Tangerine Dream. I don't have a lot of it, but you guys all know. Nice electronic synth, ambient. This one maybe more melodic. Maybe times I am by no means an expert on Tangerine Dream at all, so probably leave a description to someone who will do it better than me. But great stuff. Tangerine Dream, Stratosphere. Next up, some really killer Japanese jazz funk. This is Teruo Nakamura with Rising Sun. Damn good. Another high recommendation for me. Check out the track Cat or the title track Rising Sun. Really good as well. Not hard to find either. Next three records I think are all led by percussionists, drummers. First one here, Joe Chambers with New World. Really great Joe Chambers record. I don't feel it gets talked about a lot, but really fantastic mix of bop, hard bop, post bop, world music. There's a great Latin track on here. It's actually a track called Wayne Shorter's Bossa Nova, which is written by Wayne Shorter, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, fantastic Joe Chambers record. Definitely recommend looking into this one if you haven't heard it. If you don't know about it, on the Finite label. Then moving on to the second drummer to talk about for this year is Rashid Ali. This is the Rashid Ali Quartet / Quintet, Moonflight. This one you have Charles Eubanks on piano, Marvin Blackman on sax, Benny Wilson on bass, and Jimmy Voss on sax, on alto sax. Marvin Blackman plays tenor sax. But really fantastic free jazz. Is on its own label, Survival. Really love Rashid Ali. Can't go wrong. And you really can't go wrong with this next guy either. More free jazz, although I feel like this is a lot more in the improvisational vein. Andrew Sorrell and his group Mayano, I always mispronounce it. Junction, but fantastic. You have David Ware on here, Ted Daniel, and Whistle Atkinson. Great stuff. So definitely free jazz, but more improvised than some of his other work on the IPS label, Institute of Percussive Studies, which is his own label. Started with, wow, I can't think of the name of the other guy who started it. Sorry, I just went blank, but it's his label. Moving on to an artist that Paul, Exjunkie on LD, showed a record by, Eddie Henderson, Heritage. I don't know if you have this one, Paul, but I really love this one. Once again, fantastic, funky jazz. Really nice rhythmic funk on here. Great stuff. This is a later pressing on I think this is the only way it came out, though. I think there was an earlier version that came out in 76, so this would be the first pressing of this one. But great stuff. Eddie Henderson, Heritage. I really like all of Eddie Henderson's stuff from around this time. Sunburst, Realization, all that stuff is fantastic. So in this one you have Julian Priester, Patrice Rushen, Hadley Kalaman, Paul Jackson, M. Toomey, Billy Hart. Great stuff. I really love gong stuff with David Allen, but I know it's not always everyone's cup of tea. People are mixed on it. But I also really love this version of gong without David Allen, when Pierre Moreland took over. And this is definitely one of my favorites by them. This is Espresso in the US, but in the UK and other places it was released under, I don't know how to pronounce it, Gazeuse, G-A-Z-E-U-S-E, that name, the colorful cover. But in the US, this is the pressing that we got. But it's fantastic jazz rock. Yeah, really enjoyed this. Heavy on the jazz portion of the jazz rock, but really enjoyed it. Fusion, prog, whatever you guys know, gong. And the last one here before I show a few runner-ups, it's gonna be another Polish record. I'm trying to show them when I can. Thomas Stanko, Balladina. This is actually on ECM. Yeah, but fantastic. You have Thomas Stanko on trumpet, Thomas Strukowski on tenor and soprano sax, Dave Holland on bass, and Edward Vasala on drums. Really interesting combination of free jazz, post-bop, but even some modern classical, a little bit of hints of chamber music in there even. Euro jazz for sure Euro jazz feel on this, obviously, but really great stuff. One of Thomas Stanko's first, or one of his earliest ECM recordings. So, there's my 10. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to show a couple here that didn't quite make it, but I feel they're just as worthy. And it's going to kind of fly through these, but Hall, Richard Abrams, Sight Song with Malachi Favors. Fantastic piano jazz, nice bluesy, really great. Mel Ellison Friends, one that Chris Cole directed me towards, Private Press, yeah, Private Press jazz fusion, but great stuff. Some of you guys I know this record. This is Charlie Hayden, Closeness, a duets record, 4 tracks, each track with different artists. You have Ornette on here, Alice Coltrane, Paul Motion, wow, and Keith Jarrett, sorry, I went blank, but fantastic stuff there. Really enjoy that one, especially the Ornette and Alice tracks are particularly good in my opinion. Speaking of Alice, this is Eternity from her, one of the first albums where she really starts the kind of, I don't know what you call it, incantations, kind of starts with the more spiritual poetry and stuff on her records, with some of her later records really featured heavily, so she kind of started that on Eternity. And then lastly, to finish it off, last time I showed Sunny Fortune, and this time I showed his other record, Waves of Dreams, just as good as the other one, and definitely got it for a couple bucks also. So highly recommend this one as well. That's it, guys. Just about 10 minutes, so works great. Thank you for watching, and I'll be looking forward to watching all of your videos. If you want to have a good day, have a good weekend. Peace.